Hey, heathens, you're listening to the Deadly Faith Podcast where religion and crime collide. I'm Lola.
And I'm Laci.
And this shit is fucked up.
The mind that was in Jesus, that mind is in me.
Without me, life has no meaning.
Why would God tell you what I'm thinking and tell you what I've said to my wife or my husband when you're not around? It's because I'm the pastor of the church and I need to know.
This is the only place where you can see truth.
Ooh, I like it.
And I'm so sorry.
I like the word, but I don't like the
We're going to be
case,
using lots of
I'm sure.
alleged and allegations. And...
Oh, shit. It's one of those we've got for you today, darling.
So sorry.
But I do like the word fucked up.
The one word fucked up.
Yeah, I just like it as fuck. Actually, I just like the word fuck. So anything that fuck isn't.
You're right. So trigger warnings. We've got allegations of sexual abuse and misconduct, manipulation, and lies.
Oh, okay. So no murder.
No.
Slightly less.
A little
bit more
but
lighthearted.
Still dark. Okay.
Yeah.
So this episode is labeled OWR, Our Tim Ballard.
Oh, okay.
You might be wondering what that little cute abbreviation is for, and
I'm wondering.
I'll
Right
tell you
along with
about it.
everybody else. All right,
I
let's
won't leave
hear
you
it.
hanging. I'm not a cliffhanger girl. I don't like those.
I don't either.
So first of all, we got to talk about Tim. So Tim Ballard, born in 1971 in Provo, Utah, went to Brigham Young Uni.
Oh my God. Okay, every time somebody says Brigham Young, I now cannot hear the name of that university without hearing Bring Them Young.
Shut up.
I know. Somebody fucking ruined it for me. And I was like,
God.
actually, I didn't really need ruining. It was already ruined. But
Now
I was like,
can't
oh my
undo
God.
that. So you've done it
Brigham
to me
Young.
too.
Brigham Young. And I'm like, oh God.
Shit.
Yep.
Okay, so he went to that and to Monterey Institute for International Studies.
Oh.
I'm not sure how he ended up in this line of work, but in the early 2000s, he says he worked for the government targeting pedophiles. I don't know why I pretended like I couldn't say pedophile.
I thought you were like on social media where you needed to like filter yourself.
Where I have to
like,
say pedo
pedophile.
or...
I've no. Yeah. Yeah. That's so funny.
So targeting pedophiles and internet crimes against children with the CIA for about 10 years. And then he worked for Homeland Security before all of this.
Okay.
So
Do
quite
we
a
know-
resume.
Do we know if that's true?
I'll talk about it.
Okay. Yeah, like, because if I like little red flag went, beep.
I could feel you asking the question. So that's...
I'm very skeptical when like somebody comes out and they're like, I work for the CIA, or like, I have had people, I'm not fucking kidding, straight out tell me like, oh yeah, I was part of the special ops. And then we went shooting and like I had a better shot than them. And I was like,
Shut
bitch,
up.
you can't hit the broadside of a barn door. You try to tell me you in special ops, shut your damn mouth. Or they try to claim they were in the military when they weren't, or just a bunch of crazy shit. And I'm like, I'm not fucking stupid. I'm not fucking stupid. So I have this like skeptical part of my brain.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
unless like you
Rightly
can really
so.
prove it to me.
I mean, show me your badge.
Right?
I'm that person. Show me your paperwork.
Yeah, I'm like,
Not like
oh
that,
my
but like,
gosh.
no.
Yeah, but if people are like trying to talk about like military and
If you're a white man that tells me you've been part of special forces, I want to see the paperwork. That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
So
it was like people trying to tell me they've been in the military. This
I
one
know.
particular person.
Yeah. Why would you lie about that?
But you have no dog tags. You have no pictures of you in the military. But yet you'll sit there and tell me, not me, but like tell people like all about like the trauma you endured and like your brothers
you
and
didn't
arms
make it through fucking
blowing
boot
up.
camp,
And I'm
my
like,
brother in Christ. Sick.
bitch. My brother was in the Navy, and when he was deployed in Africa during like some intense things that were going on, all he could tell me, he'd like call me and be like, you're gonna hear some stuff on the news. It's not about where I'm at, but I'm safe.
Oh my God, that's so scary.
To this day, that's all I fucking know. He's like,
I mean,
he's not even in the military anymore. He's like, I was safe. Like, he cannot tell me anything about it. He will not talk about any of like the shit that he saw.
They don't brag about that shit when they've been through it.
You don't.
Like, veterans just don't tend to do that.
No, absolutely not. Shut your
And
damn face.
thank you for your service.
Yes.
Is it Glenn?
Everybody, thank you for your service. Yes, Glenn. Yeah.
Glenn,
he was
thank you
in
for
the
your
Navy
service.
for 4 years.
Love you.
Yes.
Okay, so on top of that, I learned something like 20 minutes ago about this dude. He's also like a huge MAGA pusher. So, Laci, you can go ahead and pull out your red flags and throw up. Anyway.
It's like, we're just going to put like a whole red flag screen behind me because that's what it is.
Okay.
I can't.
What is OUR?
Mm-hmm.
It stands for Operation Underground Railroad. Dun dun.
That sounds like some
It's so official.
Harriet Tubman type shit. Like
You're
okay.
Okay.
That's where my brain went first was Harriet Tubman.
There's a reason
The
for
savior
this.
that she is.
This is an anti-human trafficking organization that Tim created in 2013 after working as a special agent for Homeland Security. He left that job to begin this operation, which plays off of the United States history of the Underground Railroad, where slaves were moved from southern states to freedom.
There's just something about that for me personally that just feels very icky. It's like
white man. Anyway.
Yeah. I'm like, really?
But okay, anti-human trafficking, I can get behind that.
Absolutely.
You know, so at this point, he's got me. I'm like, okay, sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you. So this whole operation, it's supposed to be about finding kids that are being trafficked, or women too, that are being trafficked, and saving them, bringing them to freedom.
Love that.
OUR pushed a film called The Sound of Freedom, or Sound of Freedom. Do you remember this?
I do. And do you know the very first time I heard about this film?
Where?
In the Walmart checkout line. And this old guy, and I'm not trying to be rude, he could have been my grandpa. You know, he was like, have you seen The Sound of Freedom? God. Him and his wife had already gone to the movie theater twice to see it. And they were like heavily pushing it to me. And
Are they sponsored by Tim Ballard?
I was like, I had not heard of Sound of Freedom.
Sure.
So I went home and I was kind of like, wow, they were like really pushing this film. And like human trafficking has been a big thing for years. Like, what is it about this film? Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm just going to let you go because like I was like, oh, this is problematic.
So, I mean, a lot of people remember there was a huge like propaganda push for it.
Oh, huge.
When it first came out and even in the years following. So Sound of Freedom is a movie that is based on a true story. After rescuing a young boy from ruthless child traffickers, a federal agent learns the boy's sister is still captive and decides to embark on a dangerous mission to save her. The movie is based on Tim's own story while he was working with Homeland Security as an agent. So he says that this is his story about saving this boy and then going back to save his sister.
Okay.
Let me make this abundantly clear because Tim can't. Allegedly.
Okay.
He did not orchestrate this. This rescue mission, he didn't
that supposedly
orchestrate
happened.
This.
Okay.
Yeah. So he questioned the rescued child. Yes. So that boy, definitely, he was part of that.
Okay.
But the child was already rescued by the time Tim came onto the scene. It wasn't even his unit. Nothing like that at all.
Oh my God.
He was just one of the agents that was part of the investigation afterward, helping out with questioning, stuff like that. I'm not saying he wasn't directly involved. However, you did not save this boy. Okay?
So I am already getting furious because to me is what this is looking like is it's looking like he is using this child and his sister and their trauma that they endured in a sex trafficking situation to make himself famous and like to flourish this story with a whole bunch of additives to make himself look better and take away from the actual need of sex trafficking.
Yeah. I would feel similarly. Yeah.
Fuck you, Tim Ballard.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look, we're not even 15 minutes in, and we're already...
I'm 11 minutes
I'm
and
already
I'm like, fuck you,
exposing him.
motherfucker.
So, the FBI, however, this is where it gets kind of difficult when it comes to research, is that the FBI cannot confirm or deny Tim's actions. Obviously, it's confidential. Everything about this mission is confidential as far as all the behind the scenes, who's involved, who did what, da-da-da-da. So we do know that in the timeline of this whole rescue mission, the child was already saved.
Okay.
The female.
Boy and girl.
Yes, both of them. Yes, they were already saved. Yeah.
Okay.
Both of them. And he just like came on the scene.
Yeah. And it was like,
he's like, look what I did. I'm
going to turn this into something to make myself famous. Sounds great.
Allegedly. Yeah.
Allegedly.
But we know based on his teammates that he was not the one wearing the superhero cape, because a lot of them have come forward and say they've said that.
Good.
Most of his teammates are actually sick of his shit.
I would be too. If I was on that team and I saw him try to like make this fucking movie and try to like make himself into this goddamn fucking hero when he wasn't, and it's like, you are worse than, you're worse than a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's
just scummy. It seems scummy. I have a friend. This is a side note. I have a friend. I won't name him because he wouldn't want to be named, because he doesn't want to take credit for any good thing that he's ever done. But he was, he's now in dispatch, but he was, what are they called? Emergency medical technician, EMT.
Oh, like a paramedic?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
He was a firefighter and paramedic or EMT. I'm not sure.
EMT. Yeah.
Okay. So he literally has saved lives. Like, held people's limbs on, held their scalps on. Oh, he has like talked with children, been like comforting them in their moments of like where he's thinking they're probably about to die. I'm probably the last face that they'll see, you know? Thankfully, a lot of that hasn't been the case because of Tanner's, because of Tanner's, I'm saying it anyway, because of Tanner's amazing medical work. I mean, just, he doesn't look for credit though. Papers have reached out to him to be like, can we put you? No. He's like, I'm literally doing my job. This is my job.
Yeah.
And again, we don't see veterans just like parading around. They're like, their basic duties of like, if you're on special forces, if you're in one of these special agent groups, really your job to do this and to protect not only the information behind the scenes, but to protect the names of those children involved and to protect their stories too. Because like, who says that these kids even wanted that out there?
Oh, yeah. And when you have somebody who's like, look at me, look at all the good things I do, and I do this and I do that, it just makes me like kind of look at you like with the side eye, like, Now, yes, what you're doing is a good thing, but what is your intention behind it? Like, is it pure? Because it doesn't really feel pure. And I really love when I find out something about somebody that I'm like, oh my God, I had no idea that you did that. Like, there's a doctor who's very big on TikTok. I won't name his name because I don't know that he like really wants this out there, because he doesn't. It's publicly out there, but you kind of have to know where to look to find it. But he's very big on YouTube and stuff. And he's one of my favorite doctors I follow. And he was doing this interview with anti-vaxxers. And I found out, it was such a long video, but I found out in there he admitted that the 3 days that he does, you know what I'm talking about?
I know
the 3 days that he works in clinic, He volunteers.
It's
He is
unpaid.
not paid. And I'm like, I did not know that. And I love you even more for that. Like,
And
because he
he's
makes
not the only
bukus
doctor
off.
that does that. Like,
Yeah.
and they're all quiet about it because,
Yeah. And
like,
the anti-vaxxers were like, you're paid by Big Pharma. He's like, actually, I do all this work for free. So, like, I could make a bunch of money doing this, but I'm not because.
Where'd you
And so
guys
it's
get this
just-
information? Honestly.
Oh, out their fucking ass, man.
Anyway.
I swear.
So, long story short,
Okay.
Tim, it looks like just enjoys a nice ego boost under the guise of
Yeah.
altruism. That's what it's looking like, right? According to Congress.gov, I went there.
Okay.
From 2019, OUR has rescued approximately 1,765 victims since its start in 2013.
Okay.
First of all, that's kind of a low number.
I was going to say that, but I didn't want to be rude. Like, you've still saved
All
some
the
kids.
victims do count. What a low
Yeah.
number. However, I'm looking for verifiable rescue ops by the group. That's what I
Yeah.
was looking for.
Yeah.
And I hunted. And I hunted some more. Made some calls.
Wow. You
No,
did the thing. You couldn't find shit?
Not from direct saves. The group is
Wow.
claiming to have saved thousands of people, kids, globally. And I will say, they have donated monetarily to like different tech, like government operation sting missions. Like they've like contributed heavily to that. That's really good. The actual saving was not done by OUR, it seems.
Oh. So done by other organizations,
I'd
you
love
think?
to be proved wrong.
Yeah.
I'm just
That would be
not
nice.
seeing the evidence.
Yeah.
So
I wonder why they're...
I'm telling you, they've really hyped this up and like all of their like press stuff and everything that when Tim was on board with them, it was just all like, we're doing so much, we're saving so many people.
Yeah.
Where
I'm
are
gonna play
they?
I'm going to play devil's advocate
Okay.
for just a second. So what proof could they show you that, or us, that would suffice? Like, oh, okay, yes, you are doing all of these rescues while at the same time not giving out personal information.
So they wouldn't have to give out any personal information or the type of mission that it is in order to give credit where credit is due.
Okay.
To OUR.
Okay.
Or any like affiliation with OUR. There are like, there's evidence that OUR has contributed monetarily. So why can't you also say that they've also lent physical help, or that, you know, you could be super generic.
See,
But
I
I'm not
see what
seeing
you're
that.
saying. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
OUR, they put out so much media content that like definitely led audiences to believe that they're doing these dramatic rescues. Okay, they put in like the whole 9 yards, the full hoagie, you know, the full thing.
Yeah.
What is a full hoagie? What am I saying? Anyway. The full foot long? Yeah, the full Subway deal without Jared. That's what.
God.
I mean, they're selling it. It's like Stephen Melody Muncie.
Yeah, yeah.
So much dramatized rescues of like these dirty children, and like it's not real. It's not. It's not.
I know you're probably going to talk about this, but I just have to say it because it's making me so mad. That is not the majority of sex trafficking, is not done like that. It is not like taken 1 and taken 2. It is not like that. It is in your own backyard. It is parents selling their children for drug money or for whatever, X, Y, and Z. It is
even them like selling out to their friends and other family members and saying like, you can have my kid, or you can do what you want with my kid for money. Like it's a podcast. We'll link it below. We are going to cover the case
but it's very long. And she's done a whole lot of episodes, but it is a girl telling her story of being sex trafficked as a child by family members and taken to her church where men could come and brutally take advantage of her. I think it's called The Child Next Door.
I'm gonna get violent.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw hands.
That is what you're seeing. That is what is being experienced.
Yeah.
Lola and I have had the absolute honor of sitting down and talking with somebody that has done sex trafficking and advised the actual government and been part of big sex trafficking
What a knowledgeable
operations.
person.
Very knowledgeable, and it does not happen the way that this movie and Tim is trying to portray it as.
I wish it could be that obvious.
Right. That'd be
but
great.
It just hides in plain sight. I mean, sex trafficking is not, it's not in a different country. It's here.
Mm-hmm.
It's alive and well. I wish it wasn't.
It's the father sitting in the pew. It's the pastor preaching. It's the grocery worker that's checking out your
secretary at your school.
School. Yep.
It's anybody.
It's the officer that's patrolling your street. It's literally anybody.
If you see something, say something.
Absolutely.
So anyway, so they're putting out these like media things with like dramatic rescues, but then they're even like trying to film some rescues for like reality TV series. Never gets picked up. Never. Because it's not what you think it is.
No, and that is so problematic.
And you also, the other thing about it is it couldn't get picked up because of confidential information happening.
Exactly. I'm like, that is.
Yeah. Yep.
This ma'am.
But some of this content did end up in a movie called The Abolitionists.
Oh.
So a little bit was left in. But
okay.
You can't. There's too much confidential stuff happening there. You don't want to compromise any emissions. You don't want to compromise families or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
and why sensationalize this and turn it into this thing that it's not? Because then you're actually not helping sex trafficking. You're just harming it by making people think.
Romanticizing it.
Yeah. You're making it seem like this huge. I'm going to reference Taken type scenario when.
And like there's one specific hero or there's one specific outcome for this every single time. It's not always so clean cut. Not everyone gets saved. I don't know if everyone's under the impression that, every time it's a success, people die, kids die, agents die. It is not always successful.
Nope, the girl in the podcast. She went for help multiple times when she was a kid. I think most of it was in junior high, and then one or two in high school. She was never believed. She was labeled as a liar and an attention seeker, and nobody believed her.
Disgusting.
And she got left in that bullshit.
Yeah. So problematic. So OUR. They are exaggerating numbers a bit, and they may be over-exaggerating their part in saving people. And yeah, this is all like problematic on the surface, but especially to any and all donors that contribute to this.
Yeah.
Because that would be what we call misleading the shareholder.
Yeah.
So, Tim Ballard. Oh, Tim, he's a wealthy man. You don't make the type of media content that he was making without being loaded.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry.
Oh, trust me. Mine and Lola's social media presence would be so much better if we were loaded because
I tell you.
For one, we would hire that shit out.
So
we would out of work, motherfucker.
So that we could research more.
Exactly. Yeah.
So a lot of his wealth, though, it comes from the content regarding the rescues and the missions of OUR. And profiting off of something like human trafficking is just like mad weird to me. That's super weird. His take-home pay in 2022 was around $500,000 annually.
Damn.
And the company
In
is
that economy, fuck.
The company is run at that time by around 128 employees. So, it seems like this organization is sitting on a lot of money. It's got a really nice nest egg.
And I'm assuming they're a nonprofit. So I'm assuming. I could be wrong, but who knows?
They should be.
Yeah.
Seems like they're set up to be one. Seems like their mission statement aligns with a nonprofit. I have questions, Tim. I have so many questions. Anyway. Also, their filming efforts cost more than their operations do. They're technically, they aren't classified as a small business because small business is 100 or less employees.
Yeah.
So technically they're not a small business, but they're kind of close. The actual operations that it takes for them to run on the day-to-day and make sure everybody's paid and lights are running and everything, like, it doesn't cost that much. Their media storm that they were doing cost a lot.
Yeah.
But they also made a lot.
Imagine.
They made a lot from it. They got a lot of, like, people invested and wanting to donate to this because, like, what a great cause. I would think so. I would think so. But Tim says that he's got all these rescued people, rescued kids, and he's built this off the back of his own military trauma. In short, he's appealing to the highest bidders to get the highest payout on something with non-verified payoff.
Yep.
Oh boy. And I'm sure you're wondering, when are we going to get to the religious aspect?
Yeah.
I'm getting there.
Okay,
it's
great.
not just the Brigham University.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not just that. So really, he's playing the victim and the hero. I don't doubt that he has military trauma. Anyone that would work in like special forces or like special agent work probably would suffer from some type of trauma, either from what you've seen, what you've done, what you've read, what you've heard, like whatever.
Yeah, and we know he did something. Like he was in the military at some point, or working with,
because he's got he's got his hands in these things. He's like
and his team members came out saying like, okay, he was not the center of attention, but like
he's verified.
So he
to
was
have
there
worked with these other agents, so we know for sure that he was involved in some heavy work. In 2020, a series of investigations began on Tim because he was misleading the shareholders or donors and paying out a lot of their money to unverified psychic mediums for information on missing children.
What the actual fuck?
Okay, this isn't necessarily religious. It's a little spiritual, but there are religious things that will come up a bit later. But yeah, okay. This is controversial. Using psychics for law enforcement investigations. It's been done before, okay? Sometimes it has been successful. However, a vast majority of the time, it doesn't hold any weight or like have a decent payoff to justify utilizing a psychic. And this is because you cannot
coming out.
Yeah.
And being like, oh, sorry, your son is dead. And then your son shows up 2 days later, alive and well. He was kidnapped by Joe Schmo. I've seen it happen. I'm like, no, you can't.
Here's the thing. With psychics, you can always, they can channel their energy and try to find the source. They can try to find more information. However, spirituality is not it's not consistent the way that we would need it to be to work within law enforcement investigations. So that's why it doesn't always work out. It's not that necessarily they're wanting to provide bad information or unnecessary information. It's that they're not always able to control exactly what they're channeling into and what it may mean.
Yeah, for me, in my opinion, I don't believe the majority of them that come out and want that attention and want to be the center and like want to get the payday for like, oh, I'm going to help Joe Schmo and with their missing child, because it does turn out to be so wrong so many times. And it gives these parents this like false hope or at least like some kind of.
That's definitely also a concern, is the false hope with it, or just a false lead and starting to go a completely different way than what we need to go.
Yeah, if I would be motherfucking pissed if I was donating to this organization and then come to find out they're pouring money into psychic mediums.
Also, I will say that a lot of psychic mediums that are going to be doing this type of work are normally going to be working very much underground and not talking widely about it. Yeah. Because they understand the ramifications against them afterward would be horrifying if they got things wrong. So like this takes up like years and years of like really intentional work, really hard work on their end with their abilities. So, you know, these are just not the ones that you're going to find at the local witchy shop, you know?
Yes.
The ones that have been used to help cases are normally very much underground. And you got to know a friend of a friend of a friend that has a crazy aunt that lives in a weird bungalow or something.
Yeah.
That's been studying this for years. So
I get being at like your wit's end with a case if you were an investigator and you were like,
I mean, families with missing
let's try it, you know,
people
like
will often go to a psychic when they're kind of like at a dead end in their case. It's not the worst thing to do, but
I just wish that
careful.
if they didn't know, if they were a genuine person who was like a legit psychic and they didn't know, like they weren't sure what they were reading or feeling or sensing or whatever, that they would have the courage to say, I don't know. I'm not picking up anything. Unsure. I can't tell you. I don't know, you know, and, you know, don't take the money, you know, or whatever.
Well,
like,
for sure. Yeah. Just
don't
like
do that to a family member. Be very ethical.
Medium.
But,
well, no charges were filed for him doing this, for giving money to an unverified psychic medium. Moving on in 2023, women started coming forward and they were talking about sexual misconduct at the hands of Tim Ballard.
Not shocked.
He would not.
A man with an ego.
I know. He would not make any statements before getting all of their names. He said that very specifically and very directly, that he would not be saying anything until he got their names. And a lot of them wanted to remain anonymous, obviously.
Yeah.
But Tim's lawyer said it's not wise for him to make a public statement until he knows who every woman is that's claiming sexual misconduct against him. How sleazy is that?
That's very sleazy. I can understand the sense of like, you have the right to face your accuser, but you won't even make a statement until you find out who's accusing you. Like,
Later that same year, September of 2023, Tim left OUR.
Oh.
The very company and organization that he had created.
Yeah.
He left. He stepped down from his role once the sexual misconduct investigation launched, which is smart to step down when you're going through some type of investigation like that. Tim denied all allegations, and then he decided to make another organization, and it's all the same mission as OUR, just a new name called the Spear Fund. Not smart. Smart to step down, not smart to start a different one.
I don't understand the logic.
I'll make it make sense.
Okay, thanks.
He makes a public statement through this new organization saying the latest tabloid-driven sexual allegations are false. They are baseless inventions designed to destroy me and the movement we have built to end the trafficking and exploitation of vulnerable children. I love those big money words he uses.
Right.
Given our meticulous attention to this issue, any suggestions of inappropriate sexual contact is categorically false. He goes on to say this: evil pedophiles will stop at nothing, and they have allies in the government, in media, in big corporations, and even in public institutions. They continue to lie and attempt to destroy my good name and defame my character. They will never stop. End quote. So,
and it's that whole conspiracy theory of
Yeah.
like, pedophiles run the world and they're in our government and they're drinking the baby's blood and like all that crazy shit. It's like, oh, okay, you just gave us a peek into like, you believe that. Like, so you're not firing on all cylinders, my bud. You have a few screws loose.
it seems like whenever they start crying out like this and saying like everybody's against me, they're pointing fingers at every single big person that could hold them accountable and could like bring them to justice. That's when you know that you've just told on yourself, you know?
Yeah.
And this is at the same time that we learn that Tim Ballard is part of the LDS Church.
I knew it.
It's
You said he
not
grew up
hard
in
to figure out.
Provo,
He's from
Utah?
Provo, Utah.
Yeah, I was
and-
like, well, he's Mormon.
yes. So he grew up in
And
the
he
LDS
went to Brigham Young.
circles and went to Brigham Young. Yeah, so he is very much in with the Mormon theology, but not the fundamentalist type. So no polygamy and things like that, but still very much LDS. Man,
But we all know
misogyny,
that-
racism, homophobia.
Yeah, we all know that you can, and this can happen within Christianity, mainstream Christianity as well. It does happen all the time. We can see that with the Trump MAGA far right crowd. But it's really easy if you get too far into these, more extreme conservative beliefs within even LDS, that you fall into the rabbit hole of conspiracy theories. You have Chad and Lori Vallow, it's a great example. They were Mormon guys. So it doesn't shock me. Unfortunately, I wish it did, but it doesn't.
Yeah. As if they didn't have enough going against them. With the everything else that I've ever said about the Mormon culture.
Yeah.
So, once all these investigations are launching, this is a problem because he's associated with LDS circles and the LDS church. So it's alleged that after all of this comes to light, the LDS church excommunicated him. When a spokesperson from the local LDS church talked to some media source and said, "My church has not publicly verified the statement's authenticity." So it was alleged that he was excommunicated in the media.
Okay.
But the spokesperson was like, "I can't say,
Yeah.
I can't say,
confirm
but-
nor deny.
but maybe. I can't say."
Yeah.
Okay. In October of 2023, so a month later,
Okay.
5 women are suing him. So if we've got the number, the full number now. And they are from the OUR organization. They worked for Tim as direct, either assistants, secretaries, or they were on special missions with him.
You scummy motherfucker.
Only 2 of them made it through OUR training before leaving. And 3 left due to the sexual abuse, the alleged sexual abuse, during training.
Wow.
Big deal.
He's a piece of shit.
Big deal. Around the same time, a married couple, Celeste and Michael Borys, also sued Ballard around this time, claiming that he led to their marriage breaking apart due to his manipulation and grooming.
What the fuck?
That's right. The wife, Celeste, worked for Tim as his executive assistant at OUR and claimed that Ballard kissed her neck and lifted her shirt on an occasion and also taught her how to have... This is so gross. I'm laughing because I'm uncomfortable.
I have no idea what you're about to say,
I'm
but
sorry.
I'm cringing.
taught her
Everything's puckering.
Taught her how to have fake sex for part of training for the operation. Like the sex trafficking extraction operation. Tim says,
I'm sorry. Why the fuck do you need to have fake sex?
I have more information. Tim said that Celeste fell in love with him during a couple's ruse, but he did not reciprocate feelings, and that's why she filed a lawsuit against him. So let me explain what's happening here. And this also happened with several of the other women that have come forward about him being sexually inappropriate with them. So I'm going to tell you straight up, this is not what the military uses.
I wouldn't think so.
I'm
kind of getting an idea of what's going on, but I'm like,
this is not what they use in order to catch human traffickers. This is just not like a verified solution. The couple's ruse is where you pretend to be a married couple and it somehow established trust with the human traffickers. It's such a dumb line of thinking.
I'm sorry, that's two people that now I have to keep quiet. Like, I feel like, I could be wrong. Fuck, I don't know everything. I could be wrong. But
I'm not sure where he came up with this because, like, this is just not something that they were doing on these other missions when he was, like, working with his other teammates and stuff.
Wouldn't this be better if you went in by yourself?
I think so, but I don't know.
That's so odd.
So if he had like couples that were, or I'm sorry, if he had like married people that were working with him, he would just like allegedly tell them like, this is part of training, you know, like we have to make it convincing. We have to make it convincing. Like we have to kiss. We have to do this. Allegedly. So that's why this couple is suing, because of all the like friction it caused in their marriage. Rightly so. Like, how confusing is that? Your boss is telling you that this is what you need to do for your job, but it doesn't feel right. And also like, you're not able to be like 100%, I guess like transparent or authentic with your partner because you feel like this is weird and this is...
It's like, is he doing all of this just to get his own kicks off? Question mark.
And these lawsuits by this couple were also amended to include that Tim was close with the Attorney General, Sean Reyes, at the time, and that person was part of the LDS Church, one of the higher-ups. The Attorney General office denied this claim.
Mm-hmm.
They said, no, we're not friends. No.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Okay. Court documents show that since college, Tim Ballard has claimed to be closely related to the deceased apostle M. Russell Ballard of the LDS Church. I'll make this make sense. I know I'm going off on a weird...
You're good.
Weird thing right now. But claiming to some that Elder Ballard was actually his grandfather or uncle. He said on several different occasions different things.
Okay.
Neither statement is true. There are no familial ties at all for either of them to each other.
He really just likes to toot his own horn with all these fantasy...
I mean, what am I supposed to believe?
lies.
You say that you haven't done all these things. You say that you've saved these children. I just don't believe you because...
I believe the opposite of whatever comes out of your mouth. Yeah. The opposite is probably what's true.
And...
in my opinion.
He pissed off Elder Ballard. So... Elder Ballard, not the greatest guy. Whatever. Like, I don't really care if he's pissed, but...
Gotcha.
They knew each other, and Elder Ballard was an authority figure in the LDS Church, and he liked Tim's like books. So Tim wrote some books after his like military experience and everything. He wrote some books, and they were very like Mormon forward, you know?
Yeah.
Lots of like spiritual kind of dogma wrapped up in it.
Yeah.
And so he was like, oh, I really like this, and I want the other members to, like, read your books and everything. So he, like, super hyped up Tim's work to the church. And, sorry, I lost my place.
You're good.
He liked Tim's books and encouraged church members to read these books that he wrote about the American Covenant. They're pretty much like fake history books too. So like they have all that church dogma in them.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, their whole, the LDS view on like, on people of color.
Oh, yes.
And like, on queer people and everything. It's just, all of this is
very
like
problematic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So lots of false history. Anyway.
Yeah.
And Elder Ballard recruited wealthy Mormon members to provide business mentoring to Tim Ballard.
Wow.
Because he was like, I believe in this guy. Like what he's writing, what he's doing, what he says. Like, I like this guy. So like they were kind of close for a minute, you know?
Yeah.
And he also convinced all these wealthy Mormon leaders. He was like, you should fund Tim's organizations.
I knew it.
Uh-huh. So both OUR and SF. SF came after, so Spear Fund, sorry.
Yes.
SF came after all these investigations and allegations started surfacing. Yep. What are you guys doing?
Right.
Promoting his next, he just stepped down. Why are you promoting this? Anyway.
Yeah.
And they also didn't mind that he was utilizing a psychic to locate trafficked children.
I'm sorry. That's like...
just a psychic. No other sources.
Yeah. Isn't that like against your belief system though? Okay.
That's what I'm thinking too. Like, where does this all like mesh with the spiritual beliefs? Like, wouldn't you
with your
consider that
religious
person to be
beliefs,
a witch or a heretic or something?
Exactly. Wouldn't you have burned her at the stake 100 years ago?
Uh-huh. On top of that, to receive more funding and name recognition, Elder Ballard and Tim Ballard formed Slave Stealers, LLC. I hate that I just said that. Where Tim's investors could monetize the purported work that OUR was performing using the missionary program of the Mormon Church as a template. The Mormon Church networks as it's like a fundraising assembly line kind of thing. So Elder Ballard sanctioned the couple's ruse. And himself with along
I hate all of them.
I know. Himself and all those other like higher ups asked him to write a book declaring the word of wisdom is not true. This is a Mormon book outlining Mormon church health codes like abstaining from alcohol and coffee. So he wants Tim to like rewrite some of their doctrine so that he can do what he wants. Because Elder Ballard is not the greatest, in my opinion.
You don't say. He's funding a, alleged sexual assaulter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And promoting him and financially funding him.
And
I don't
then
think he'd be a great guy.
Using the missionary program inside of a Operation Underground Railroad, where the whole point is just about saving people physically, not saving souls, guys. Not that they need saving, but like, why are you doing this? Why?
Why are you naming it?
Yeah,
slave stealers.
That's so
cringe.
many problems. Come on, guys. Yeah. Okay, so at this point, you're thinking, oh, they're buddies, they're best buddies.
White
they're
men.
having a good
I can't
time.
handle white men.
Correct, they are both.
Sorry.
So, they're holding hands, they're kissing, they're like being boys will be boys. This is what that means. They're just kissing on the mouth. That's what that means. So, Elder Ballard ended up having a fallout with Tim, though.
No.
It was so hard. It was just, metamorphosis. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway.
Metamorphosis Power Rangers.
Yeah, he had a fallout with Tim when Tim did that thing where he was like, we're related. And he was using Elder Ballard's name without consent. So he was like, oh, Elder Ballard is funding this and he's doing this. And he was like, don't tell him I'm doing that. He's like clutching his pearls. He's like, don't tell them what I'm doing. Because he knows. He knows.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, so Elder Ballard gets completely like called out by Tim.
Outed.
And he's like, I don't know this guy. I don't like this guy. Get him out. No, I don't like him. So he withdraws from all of Tim's organizations before he passed. So he is dead now. So like,
Okay.
fuck that guy anyway. So now at this point in time, earlier we were saying like it's possible he was excommunicated from the LDS church and everything.
Yes.
So they still haven't said specifically, because like that spokesperson was actually kind of like slapped on the wrist for that because they weren't like an official spokesperson for the local church. So they did come out and say like that person, they didn't have the authority to say anything. So like we don't support or endorse anything that like Spear Fund or Tim or OUR has done. Yeah. Especially in the name of Mormonism or the LDS Church. Yeah. So like exclude us from this narrative post haste.
Right.
So
yes.
They separate themselves fully by around November of 2023. Yeah.
Okay.
November of 2023, a former Marine, Jordana Ryder, she files a lawsuit against him and one of his teammates for sexual assault during the couple's ruse. So again.
Oh, okay. So there's another previous employee.
Yeah.
On top of the 5 who have already.
Yeah, and she was actually the first to openly put out her name. She said, you want to know who's accusing you? It's me, bitch. It's me.
Yeah.
Like, this is what you did to me. So, like, good on her.
Yeah.
At this point in time,
good on her, but also, like, we can understand why. Like, it takes a lot of bravery to, like, put your name out there.
Yeah. Anonymous. That's not anybody else's business,
Yeah.
So, yeah. So at this point, too, Catherine Ballard, which is Tim Ballard's wife, entered the chat. Hello, girl. How you doing? He's married.
Didn't know he was married. Okay, okay.
She was added to the lawsuits for her actions and lies that led to the assaults of the women.
Oh, hell
so
no.
I don't know exactly her part, but she did something to convince these women to do something or put them in a compromising situation, allegedly. December of 2023, Tim demands all confidential information be stricken from court documents and to reveal the women's identity so he can properly address every allegation. And so December is a quiet month after this.
Okay.
In January of 2024, these 5 women, they get on KSL News. Their faces, their names, they're there. They're looking stunning. They're looking brave. They're looking intelligent. As they are.
I love this.
And they talk about everything that he did. Oh, and they talk about how humiliating it was to be molested by someone that they thought that they were working with for this amazing cause. Because, like, that's the whole point for joining OUR,
They are joining this company to fight sex trafficking. And as they work in this company to fight sex trafficking, they are being sex trafficked.
What a weird... How the tables have tabled, I don't know. But they have.
But this is a prime example on it doesn't look like how he was making it seem to be.
It happens.
This is a more shining example of how it normally is.
Exactly. God. Yeah. And I'm so glad that they spoke up about this. I know this was not easy for them. I hate that they had to, like, come forward this way about it, but I'm also very happy.
Yeah.
That they were able to do what they did. because it like skyrocketed this whole investigation that's been kind of quiet over 2023, you know?
Yeah.
So they're laying out the details of what happened, that they were part of the couple's ruse created by Tim in order to fool sex traffickers. They also don't really understand everything about it, but at the time it made sense, okay? And they're so on board. They want to save kids, they want to save women, they want to be a part of something greater and do something meaningful with purpose.
They're sacrificing themselves for the greater good.
100%. So they testified that the ruse consisted of lap dances, showers together, and just sexual assault altogether, like groping, kissing, what have you.
Why?
Allegedly.
Why? What is the fucking point?
And I'm sorry, most of the stuff happened not around anyone that would be a sex trafficker or like the, accused or like suspicious.
Suspected. Suspicious people.
Suspected perpetrators.
Traffickers. Let's talk to some cops who've gone undercover and they'd be like, what the fuck is going on? That's not what we do.
No. And if that's if you're going to be in that type of situation, there are so many like rules of consent that go on beforehand. And there are lots of like protocol check-ins with superiors. So many people are looped into an operation like that. You don't get to just like, okay, you're going undercover as a stripper. You're going to wear this and you're going to say this. It doesn't work like that. It looks like that in Hollywood. Right. There's so much paperwork. There's so many meetings,
And you design your character. And then if it is a male and female couple type character undercover, you talk, you have consent to,
you have like
kiss
moderators
and X, Y, and Z.
for
and
you.
like, this is the boundary and X, whatever.
Yeah. So none of this computes as to what a professional operation would look like. Pretty much point blank, they've been manipulated because of how deeply they care for this cause and manipulated by someone that they trusted. Because why would you not trust someone that created such a nice operation and that has such a passion? Not really, but like you thought had a great passion for doing something bigger than themselves,
Yeah. And saving children of all people, like our most vulnerable.
Yeah. So February of 2024, a Colombian woman sues Tim and his film producer for The Sound of Freedom.
Bitch can't get away from the lawsuits, and I love it.
Oh, yeah. So she said that a character that was based on her in the film portrayed her in a defamatory and slanderous manner and made her look like a beauty queen child trafficker. So she was also like allegedly another like victim within sex trafficking, even though she was someone that was like, I guess, helping the perpetrators.
Yeah.
She was kind of forced in that position from what I understand.
Okay.
And
she was a victim first.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense.
So even though she wasn't like being currently like physically or sexually abused, I don't even know that, but like, not everything is as it seems. And she was not portrayed in a way that was authentic. So whatever. Sues him. May of 2024, Catherine Ballard is taken off of all the lawsuits due to lack of evidence, besides her 6-figure salary. Okay.
So she was making a salary on top of him making a salary.
Oh, yeah. Because remember, they're sitting in this huge nest egg. They've got money out the wazoo. When they're not making films or like these crazy dramatic portrayals of rescue missions that you never went on.
Yeah.
They've just got money to blow. So, and no, don't contribute that to a real organization that's doing the real work. No, forget it.
Right.
Watchdog groups, forget it. Anyway. June of 2024, Jordana's case was dismissed based on a release of liability form that Jordana signed when she was hired at OUR, and it barred her from suing the organization. So unfortunately, Jordana's case, that former Marine that worked with Tim and his other teammate that was alleging sexual misconduct, she was based on that
a fucking technicality. She's not allowed to
farm.
sue.
How stupid is that?
There should be
disgusting,
like loopholes. Like
there should be more safeguards in place for victims.
Yeah.
With that kind of, yeah. Okay, so July of 2024, that married couple, the Bories, their suit ramped up when evidence came in that Tim Ballard's DNA was a perfect match for the semen found on her skirt. Perfect match. Nobody else. Their case is ongoing. Tim Ballard is actively trying to get that case dismissed, but the couple is not backing down. And I hope that they won't. And I did check as of today, which today is April 11th, 2025. No charges have been made against him. So I guess their case is still ongoing even now.
Why would his willy need to be out?
That's what I'm saying.
Why would he need to be jerking it off for a ruse?
Why would you need to ejaculate during a ruse?
And why would you be boinking in front of a sex trafficker? I'm very confused.
What about
Somebody,
the shower
please
thing? I was thinking about the shower. Why would you take a shower and like, what's happening? Anyway.
I don't either.
So their case is still ongoing. I wish them the best of luck. I'm interested to see where that goes. Really hope
we'll keep you updated, everybody.
Yeah. September of 2024, the Colombian woman who claimed, she was falsely, or not falsely. What's the best word to use there?
She was portrayed in a defamatory way.
Mm-hmm.
Falsely portrayed.
Falsely portrayed. That's what I was trying. Yeah. Okay. So her claims were dismissed. She was convicted of child exploitation.
Damn.
Yeah. So, not sure what happened with her, because I'm not sure if she was convicted in a different country or if it was in the USA. So I'm not really sure.
Because you can be, let's just lay this out. You can be a victim first, and then you can still be a predator second, and be forced into being a predator and helping them out. But you still did it. And if especially if there was means and opportunities for you to get out or to find help and you didn't, then you're still liable for the actions that you did or did not take. So,
yeah. So after this, at the end of 2024, Tim Ballard sues Miss Utah, Amy Morgan Davis, for defamation when she spoke out against his actions in New York Times articles. And that is the last that we have heard on any of these cases.
Actually, I kind of like that he's suing her, because if he is suing her, then he gonna have to show a lot of evidence.
He is, yeah.
To show that he's not what was being portrayed. What did she say in the article? Do we know?
I mean, she was just saying that, his actions with all of these women were just completely, disgusting. Just all the things that you would, I mean, she's Miss Utah. She's Miss Utah. So when things like this happen in her state, she's going to be asked, what do you think about it? And she said exactly what we're all thinking. This wasn't right. We're thinking about these victims, and we need justice here, and he needs to be held accountable. He needs to speak up in truth, So yeah, that's a summarized version of it, but whatever. So as of now, April 2025, Tim Ballard has no charges or convictions against him, and we will see what happens. But I think one of the big overhanging themes here is, please don't donate to companies before you hear employee reviews and stories, because employees will tell you the dirt, okay? And we've seen literally firsthand the people that have worked for him that have been hurt. So not that he really needs or wants any of our money down here, these little people, because he's getting funded from some big Mormon leaders, allegedly.
Yeah.
But just think about that in the future.
So currently there's 3 lawsuits. The 5 girls, the couple that are suing him, and then there's the lawsuit he has against Miss
Utah.
Utah.
Amy Morgan Davis. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yep. So those 3 are left.
Damn.
Yep. So that's all I got. That's all I got.
think you guys can guess what we think about this case and where you think our opinion lies.
It's weird how intertwined that LDS stuff was with this case. It wasn't what I expected. I was just thinking, like, okay, he grew up in the LDS. He should have some, like, good standing, like, as just a decent human that's, like, got some, some basic morals about him,
Yeah.
And then I see, like, okay, he's creating this organization. This is good. So, like, obviously he was, like, in a good culture in the LDS world,
Yeah.
and like maybe that like influenced him in a really positive light, and then he like went to the military, and he starts to like broaden his worldview, and sees that like the world is so much bigger than just Provo, Utah, and that people need his help outside of his small circle. But no, it turned into this, and the Mormon church, not the church, but some of the head leaders backed so much of his alleged scams, you know?
Yeah,
it's disgusting. And they knew about it. That's the thing. They knew about it and still contributed to Spear Fund.
Exactly. It's like...
And then creating the whole LLC with I'm not saying that again, but
yeah,
Elder
that was
Ballard
just what
him.
the fuck. Yeah,
creating that under, like, with the same structure as, like, missionary work.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
It gave me all the ick.
That's what my word should have been. This shit is ick.
Yeah.
It's icky. No, thank you.
It's icky. Now, I will say, okay, again, everything that we have said in this show is allegedly. No charges have been filed against him.
This is all for
he has not been convicted of a crime.
Entertainment purposes.
Exactly.
This
is
not...
our opinion.
Yeah.
And opinions of others that we have stated, but not any fact when it comes to crime or anything
he is innocent.
Accused of. Yeah.
Until
proven guilty in a court of law. So we will say that again.
And I look forward to that day, Tim.
Me too.
Big wink.
Too. I won't be sitting on your side in court, though. Let's just put it like that.
The boys, the girls, I'm there.
I'm there right at dawn. Oh,
so that's it
okay.
for Tim Ballard for now, and hopefully we'll see
keep you
some
updated.
Traction later in 2025.
I hope so.
On these cases, because like we all know how this goes. It's always drawn out. It takes forever. Doesn't matter the amount of money that you have. Sometimes things are just drawn out. So
exactly.
We're hoping that the victims will be rightly compensated and receive justice and accountability however they see fit.
Yes.
That's
Agreed.
We're with you guys.
Well, we'll keep you guys updated as we find out things. So keep listening because we'll make updates in other shows with little snippets of updates.
Little snippies.
But let's take a hard right turn into palate cleansers.
Yeah. You go first.
You want me to go first? I was going to say, like,
wait, I can go first. Hold on.
Okay.
So I've been writing a lot of like handwritten letters to my friends lately. And I just got a letter in today from someone in my family. And it was really nice to see a handwritten letter. I love snail mail. Come on, guys.
I do.
And she sent me these 2 stickers. One of them, it was a little butt. It was so cute. It was a good size butt.
It's a good butt.
And it was like kind of spooky, and it was purple, and it had like little tattoos underneath the little butt cheeks that said "Toil and Trouble." It's very Halloween. Yeah. I loved it. Super cute. So yeah, that's mine.
Super cute.
Very nice.
Super cute. All right.
I sent one to Laci too.
She did. We talked about them last week. They were our last week's palate cleansers. Remember? Or not last week. A couple weeks ago. Yeah, because
I'm still just sending letters to everybody.
Yeah,
I love it.
Because our last palate cleansers in the previous episode was you were like, Laci, I love Laci because we had a little therapy session.
Oh,
and I was like, well, I love Lola because she sent me a letter with a sticker and it made my week.
Yes, that's right.
We're going to be mushy, gushy friends.
Well, tell me what
My
else is
palate
good.
cleanser is my bobber chickies are hatched.
Yes.
So we had 12 that we were incubating. 8 of them hatched. The other 4 just didn't take. One of them is, I swear, the tiniest, runtiest little chicken you've ever seen in your life.
As to how
I'm
big
gonna
it is.
have to like
a
in a
pinky?
normal size baby chick.
Mhm.
It's a good like 2/3 the size, if not half.
Stop.
Like it is so fucking
Oh.
tiny. I'm gonna have to take a picture beside the ones that are already fluffed up
Mm.
so you can kind of see. The thing is super fucking tiny. A few of them are struggling because it was just a whole long process for them hatching. And I will say, if you have a broody hen and you want to hatch some eggs, just give them to the damn hen and let her do the business because it is so much easier with mama hen. Just, especially if you have a buff Orpington, because those are like the best chickens. They make the best mamas. She just sat on those eggs and she hatched them when we did this
They
a long
know
time
what to
ago,
do.
or not that long ago. They do, and they have the right environment, and the chicks fluff up. It's just so less complicated, okay? When we incubating them ourselves, this was like a whole process, but we're excited. We got 8, so our neighbor will have 4. I'll have 4, as long as they all survive. Cross fingers.
It's gonna happen. They'll be fine. They'll be good.
But they're cute. They're
cute.
They're just like chirping. They're like,
They're so cute and loud. They got lots to say, and
they do.
I have to hear them.
Mm-hmm.
Good news.
They're totally fine. Like if you don't mess with them and they get under the brooder plate and they're warm, you wouldn't even know they're there. They're silent as hell.
They say,
But then if you start bugging with them, they all are like, it gets crazy. It's
guys,
fun though, but yeah.
I guess that's it for this episode. And with that, please stay safe, stay skeptical.
And steer clear of the culture's carousel. We'll see you guys next week. Or 2 weeks from now. Just kidding. All right.